Morning, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to, what's today? What is today? Friday, February 23rd. My payday, thank God. Of the Cryptotheists broadcast. Happy everybody's here. Allergy season is in full effect, so I apologize for being missing yesterday. I had two reasons why I was missing yesterday. One was I was onboarding the Debitum ICO, so we only had one. I only had one member, one of you, who joined, and that's fine because I'm happy that I didn't have that many individuals, to get on board, for this process, because this is the first pool process that I've done, and I want to walk you through what I did. So I want to thank Cameron Hollingsworth for believing in the blockchain and joining in the Debitum ICO. He actually gave me some information. Apparently, we didn't need to do an exterior ICO or outsource it. We could have done it here. Apparently, the ICO was available to American investors. So I want a little bit of transparency there. I was not aware of that. I do know a lot of ICOs have been blocked out, and I thought that was the process. But it's still fine because we were still able to go through the process, deal with a broker with a minimal transaction fee, and I'll outline all that, and then get all of our stuff onboarded. So I did that. I put all of our investments in the token manager. I will walk you through that and show you what that looks like. And yeah, but first I want to start off with the news. The other reason why I've been out is I am congested as hell. Like, my allergies are freaking killing me. Last night, I went through a roll and a half of toilet paper, just blowing my nose. If anybody ever doubts that, God, whoever you believe is in charge, has a sense of humor, he gave me a very large nose, and I can't use it. A quarter of the year. Like, springtime, this is dead. I can't do anything with it. I ate breakfast this morning, and it just tasted, I had a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, and it just, all I could do was just taste salt and texture. That's all I could do. So, kind of sucks right now, but let's get into it. Yesterday there was a downturn as far as Bitcoin was concerned, but it's bouncing back for the most part. We have a C of green, up 1.34%. So there was that slight downturn. Market cap holding at what is that, 414 with a Bitcoin dominance of 41.69. So we're seeing just some regular, some stabilization. Like, we dipped below 10,000, but we're back above it now. Yesterday we were below 10,000, and that was one of the biggest things that people were concerned about. Like, we had this little slight bull run, but it looks like maybe that was false. But I do believe we've either leveled out or we're about to come back up. And there are some indicators. I don't like to, like I said, I don't like to go by the charts. I can look at the charts or whatever, but the charts are affected by a variety of factors, and I don't have the resources to assess everything that's going on. But I like to look at a few general things in the news that keep me informed as to, like, how Bitcoin is faring out there in the world, and whether or not its viability has been compromised. And so, first of all, I do want to talk about this major thing that I think is hilarious. But I like I've said before, I told you it was coming. Bank of America finally admits that cryptocurrencies are a threat. They finally have acknowledged on paper that, yeah, our business model is kind of screwed because Bitcoin cuts out a lot of the middleman stuff that we do, where we recoup, not even recoup, where we make a lot of our money. There's no need for wire transfers. There's no need for Western Union. Here are some of the quotes. Clients may choose to conduct business with other market participants who engage in business or offer products in areas we deem speculative or risky, such as cryptocurrencies, the bank said in the filing. The widespread adoption of new technologies, including internet services, cryptocurrencies, and payment systems, could require substantial expenditures to modify or adapt our existing products and services. So, here's one thing. One thing is, it's great for crypto because we are being validated by industry giants, so that's great. But on the other hand, if you have your money in banks or whatever, expect to see some new hustles and schemes and scams and fees and charges as they try to make up for these losses in other areas by raising costs in the existing ones. So if you're banking, using banking for a good majority of your transactions and storage and stuff like that, I would just advise you to just be alert, watch your bank account, watch your bank returns, the charts that basically identify where your money is going. Look for hidden fees and stuff like that, because I anticipate that's how the bank is going to try to address some of this stuff. So yeah, this is great for me. This is hilarious to me. And yeah, things are changing. I'm going to try to keep things slow because every single time I talk, I'm trying to breathe. I'm trying to breathe and talk at the same time because, like I said, nose, useless. Can't use it. All right. Decentralized exchanges. So I've talked about this in previous videos, but we know one of the biggest points of compromise in the cryptocurrency transaction process is the exchange. Because basically what has to happen is, in order for an exchange to operate, you have to move your cryptocurrency onto that exchange, where it's put into an exchange wallet with, a bunch of other Neo, a bunch of other, Bitcoin, whatever. Exchanges have multiple wallets that they use, so you don't have to deal with long transaction times as you're buying a currency, where basically the value of that currency can drop or rise in seconds. So the way cryptocurrency exchanges do is they basically pool everybody's cryptocurrency and they swap it out dynamically that way. The problem with that is, whenever you release the money from your wallet and put it into the exchange wallet, into this pool, that exchange wallet can possibly be compromised. And that means that an individual can hack that exchange wallet, take those funds out, and then you've lost everything. This is why even dealing on exchanges is a gamble. On centralized exchanges is a gamble, because your resources you don't own the keys to those wallets. You don't know how those wallets are being protected, and yeah, your cryptocurrency is no longer under your direct control. If you can't control the private keys to a wallet, you don't control those funds. As we were talking about in regard to the Debitum ICO, part of that process involved basically giving your funds and putting them into a wallet that I control. And so yeah, that's why I appreciate the faith that Camera showed to me and everything, because yeah, if I was a scam, a con artist, or whatever, yeah, I could just up and disappear with it. Or if I was using weak security, lack security, somebody could potentially hack me or whatever. But we're not at that stage of the game. There's nothing to be concerned about along those lines. I was just letting you know that's basically why this is so significant. But yeah, AirSwap, and there are other decentralized exchanges that are popping up, because this is crypto, currency trading 2.0. The first exchanges basically had to be centralized because of the fact that the technology was so very new, and people were just building infrastructures and trying to develop, a way to exchange currencies and make a profit that was modeled after the existing stock market system. But we know cryptocurrency, with it being a global system and a global market, and the fact that the strength is in its decentralization, it is different than the stock market. It's different, and it also requires a certain amount of decentralization in order for it to maintain its integrity as a viable currency. Because if exchanges are constantly being hacked, the way that they were with Mt. Gox, the way that they were with Bitstamp, then you're going to deal with a lot of fear that individuals are going to have, that's going to prevent them from wanting to trade, that's going to prevent them from wanting to use cryptocurrency. So every layer of stability that's added adds more integrity to the system. And decentralized exchanges do that by basically not pulling your money inside of a central wallet. You hold on to it, you keep it, it's yours, all right? But you're still able to communicate and connect and trade your currencies out using a centralized system that doesn't deal with your wallet. One second. forgive me, like I said, allergy season. It is a bitch this time of year. So yeah, that's the benefit of decentralized exchanges. All the benefit of a centralized exchange, but with less exposure, less risk for your cryptocurrency. You can keep it in your wallet. And in order for someone to compromise your wallet, they're going to have to attack you directly, get your private keys directly, as opposed to just one set of private keys where your crypto would be pooled with other people. Okay. Now, lastly, I want to walk you through what we did yesterday for the Debitum ICO pool that was launched. So here is. This is what it looks like, people. This is what it looks like whenever I do what I do. This is my login screen, and I want you to know that, you know, basically I don't have private keys to your wallets. Individuals transfer the Ethereum necessary for the ICO to me, and basically I either put it into an ICO myself as the broker, or I outsource the responsibility. I send a broker fee and the Ethereum to that broker, and that broker go ahead and takes it online. Kofi did a great job for us. He sent me a return that let me see exactly where how much Ethereum we had involved in the Debitum ICO, how much Debitum was there. As a matter of fact, let me pull that up for you so you can see exactly what we did. Because like I said, for this thing, I know I'm asking for a lot of faith. You know, we're trying to build something from the ground up, and you know, you can't make money without spending it. And I'll post it on the Facebook and on the Facebook page too, so you can see. And that's another thing too. I'd like for everybody, if you can, to subscribe to the Facebook group, subscribe to the Facebook group, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and the Facebook our new business Facebook page. But here's the deal from Kofi. This is the amount of Debitum that is in that's in there currently for everybody who has pulled their resources. Kofi already had some stuff in there. He added us, and basically we ended up with 1,250 Debitum that comes back to us after it's subtracted from him, and then that gets split up, you know, inside of the I get split up inside of Token Manager IO, and I can identify exactly how I need to give how much I need to give to different individuals, and I'll show you that here. All right, so this is my login screen. Those people who subscribe, you know, and join into the pool will be able to see every single ICO that they've been involved in, okay? And so what you're looking at right here is my particular login screen, but if you log in, you'll be able to see your login screen and all ICOs that you're affiliated with. I'm the manager of the pool, so I'll be able to see more than you do, but you'll be able to see exactly what you're looking for. I spoke with Cameron earlier today, and ask him, you know, to log in, see if he can see what needed to be seen and everything, and he was, you know, on board. Everything was cool. It's seamless. Okay. Now, I do want you to know, I have to put in at this juncture. I have to put in everything manually myself. So whenever you send me, or whenever I receive Ethereum or whatever your investment is, I have to type in the credit to your account, and then I have to type in, you know, how much money is going toward a particular ICO, because that's another thing too. That's the beauty of the system, is I can invest money in multiple ICOs and then send those pools to brokers who put them online. But yeah, I take it, I put it in here, and then send it off. Let's click on the active ICOs. So the active ICOs are right here. Right now, we only have the one ICO that's going on. I've already plugged in all the pre-existing data. I can click on this, and you can see exactly, you know, what we're working with. And so I can put in the creation date, the rating for that particular ICO on a 5-point scale. I normally go to ICO Bench and just basically pull whatever they have there. They rated the Debitum ICO at a 3.1. I put in the amount of tokens that were purchased, 1267.50. That's what we got. And then how many I put in whether or not we sell the tokens to the market, and that's, I don't think I'm going to sell for anybody because I'm not comfortable with doing that, because I think that will show up on my tax returns. But if I receive it and then just distribute it, that's entirely different, and I can explain that, without a tax penalty to individuals, and without a tax penalty come tax time next year, because if I'm going to be doing a bunch of this or whatever, I need to kind of separate myself from the transaction process however I possibly can, because then I will incur the penalty if it goes back to market and you guys make a huge profits or whatever. Then the tax guys can come up to me and say, hey, you made a bunch of money. No, I didn't. I gave my shit away, so you can leave me alone. That's what I'll be able to say. Tokens remaining, 1267, so all the tokens are there because we didn't sell anything. The token price is 10 cents. I believe it's actually 11. I think that's what Kofi quoted me, so I'll go back in there and look at it, but that's the token price at USD. And then how much was invested. This is cool because this is the total investment that was made by all of us, but it breaks it down over here under the contributions. So you can see myself, because like I told you, I was going to put my money where my mouth is. I didn't just send off. I invested more than Camera did. So my money and his money both went over to Ghana to be onboarding. Okay, so if he loses, he gets hustled. I'm going to get hustled too. Here's what it is. I don't believe it's going to happen because, like I said, I believe in Kofi. He was a reliable broker through a reliable source. So, this is proof. As you see this go through, that this is being done. This is working. All right. So we both, only said about 100 ETH, a piece, but I said a little bit more. So I have 52% of the share of this particular ICO pool, and he has 48% of the share, and I'm holding 659.10 tokens, and he's holding 608.4 tokens. Okay, so if each of those tokens goes up to $1, then yeah, significant gains, will be made. By that. Do I know if it's going to do it, where it's going to go, or what's going to happen? No, that's all, up to speculation. It's all in the ether or whatever. But for 100, for the small investment of $100, we're getting back 659. I'm getting back 659 tokens. Okay, so 659. If I take $100 and that Debitum goes up to $1 a coin or whatever, then yeah, I turn my $100 into $600. Okay, and this is just these are just the small gains. So you can see the tokens, the average token price, and whatnot. And I can come through here and modify this. Once it drops on market, as the price goes up or goes down, I can put that in there. And then, at the end of the day, come back and look at the return on investment. That's also calculated. This is an awesome spreadsheet. The only thing I wish that, individuals can onboard themselves somewhat by plugging in their data and whatnot. But yeah, I wish individuals would have the ability to take their stuff out if they want to or whatever. But I do kind of like the centralized interface because that does give me control. Here on the fees page, you can see exactly what the fees are. I'm transparent about everything. I told you it's 20%, so 5% is an administrative fee that I'm charging just to run this pool. So every single time we launch an ICO, it's a one-time. These are one-time fees. So every single time we start an ICO, I basically start this up. I plug everything in, plug in all this data, move stuff between Ethereum wallets. I set up a new Ethereum wallet for each ICO, so no one particular wallet can get hacked, and somebody can come through and say, oh great, I know the Cryptotheists investment pool wallet, a private key, and so I can access that and pull out money, whenever I want to. You're gonna have to learn the private key of every single ICO we do, and it's generated new every single time we do a new ICO. That's the kind of protection that I'm offering. That's what I'm trying to do. So every single time we do a new ICO, new wallet that you will pull your money in that I will use to send off to whoever the broker is. Okay. And so, yeah, the broker fee, is a fixed amount of 15%, which came out to 0.04 ETH. The administration fee is a fixed amount of 5%, which came out to 0.01 ETH. Okay, so that's where we are right now. And so the total is 0.05%. Okay. And the transaction fees, I kept track of those. So when you get your stuff back, if you give me $100 or whatever, some of that stuff is going to go to the broker and the administration fees. But then also too, we also know transaction fees fluctuate as well. So I keep track of that every single time that a transaction happens on the blockchain. There were 2 transactions that were made. Well, 3 transactions. One was a transfer of the 15% to Kofi, separate. The other was a transfer of the 5% to myself, separate. And then the third one was a transfer of the remaining balance to the wallet that was used to upload, because Kofi also had a separate wallet to keep our funds from mixing with his. And so he created a separate wallet. We transferred it there, and then that was under his control, and then he transferred those funds into the Debitum ICO. Okay? So that's basically how everything worked out, and it worked out lovely. So we'll look around here, make sure. Oh, hey people, what's good? What's good? I'm just checking the chat for the first time. Apologize. Yeah, what's good, people? How you doing? So I want to see here. Yeah, I got 2 chats to check. I got a Facebook chat and I got this chat. So, Debitum ICO. That's basically how we worked around it. That's basically we were able to. It was seamless. Everything is running excellently. And I don't mind being a guinea pig for this. I want you all to believe in me. I want you to trust in me. I want you to believe in the blockchain. I want you to believe in this technology. And then I want you to run and tell your friends. Yo, you need to subscribe to this channel, because this dude is real and really doing some stuff that can definitely, help you make a little bit of money. So, I mean, even if you have something like $50, you want to turn it into, 100 or whatever, we can talk about how you can go about doing that. My goal is basically, no matter how little you have or how much you have, you can get involved in these pools and make a profit some way by basically getting involved in quality ICOs. The whole key is like I said, working around the system that's here in the U.S., preventing individuals from getting access to ICOs. But then the other part of that is doing adequate research, respecting the tech, studying the ICOs that are the most viable and give the greatest chance of return, and then just basically going at it, just doing what we have to do, pulling our resources, getting in there as soon as we possibly can. Because that's the other thing too. With this Debitum ICO, we only got in at the 5% mark, so basically we got 5% more for our dollar than we would have by just buying it on the market. But we could have got significantly more, because some of these ICOs offer up to like 20% if you're in there at the very, very start. And that's all I want to do. If we can get enough money invested prior to one of these great ICOs, that are launching, that offer these discounts, then we can get way more bang for our buck and a way greater guarantee that whenever it hits the market, we're going to make that profit that we're looking for. That's going to be significant enough for us to say, yeah, that was worth the risk. That was worth the investment. We're making significant gains. Okay, so. Happy about that. Happy about how things are going. I'll keep you informed. I'll keep you in the loop, and let you know, how things are continuing to develop. Lastly, I'm very, very happy. Why am I happy? Because we reached 300 members on the Facebook page. So there are 300 Cryptotheists. And like I've said before in the past, what I'm doing now is I do a 10% giveaway whenever we hit one of these major milestones. So 300 means I got to give away 30 LITECOIN. Okay? So what you need to do is subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe, because the only way you can win is if you subscribe. You need to subscribe. You need to subscribe to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click on the bell so you can get the notifications whenever I go live. I normally do it in the morning, sometimes early afternoons or whatever, but I go live in the regular. And then basically spread the word, bring some other people in, because like I said, the more people we can get in, the greater the bonuses and discounts we can get, and eventually we can get to the point where we just make the space, where we go to these ICOs and say, we believe in your product, but we want to have this discount, we want to have this access, and then we can guarantee our returns, and then you can get your tokens back, and you can sell them, you can keep them, do whatever you want to do with them or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, the whole point is to grow this technology, to support this technology, and to respect the tech. All right. So I appreciate all of you all. I want to check my this YouTube feed real quick to see, you know, what's going on. Yeah. Thanks for joining the Facebook group. I will definitely add you. I have a really good turnaround and good response time on the Facebook, on both the Facebook page and the Facebook group. You know, I have a really good response time. What is that? Stygian Dehan? Yeah, shout out to Stygian Dehan. Thank you for joining the Facebook group. But remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel too, because that's another thing too. If I can get this YouTube channel off and running, and going, you know, with enough members, then yeah, you know, it's going to be a lot easier for me to monetize it and then give you more bonuses, and hopefully advertise. You know, I want to start doing some paid reviews and whatnot, you know, for some of these ICOs. Basically, like, that's where, you know, we're going to find most of our opportunity. So if we can, and I'm not going to shill. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm going to be very, very honest about what I see, why I think it's a good investment model or whatever. Every single ICO I review, I'm not going to recommend that we be involved in. I'm going to do my research, I'll take the money. You know, I'll take the money, and then I will do the review. So that should hopefully discourage, you know, lackluster ICOs from approaching me, because, you know, I do believe in integrity. I do believe in respecting this technology. I do believe in the trust that you all have placed in me to educate you about this new market, about this new technology, about these new developments, whenever it comes to finance and the world and cryptocurrency and entertainment and all that. Okay, so I apologize, you know, I'm trying to get on this new format where, you know, today would normally be cryptocurrency, you know, entertainment, you know, Friday or whatever. But yeah, like I said, like, this allergy season is knocking me on my ass. But yeah, you know, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're sticking with me. And if you still, and that's another thing too, if you still want to invest in the Debitum ICO, you still can. You won't get the 5% bonus. But you will be able to get in. You know, Kofi still has his whitelist access. It closes down in I think it's like 2 days. We get our tokens back on the 26th. But let me go to Debitum and see. Is it 2 days or is it 2 hours? I thought I saw something. Yeah, here we go. So there's only 15% left. So basically, once they're all gone, they're all gone. That's the other thing too. Let me click on the ICO here. Yeah, February 25th. So 2 days from now. So 15%, you know, is left there, but you can see there's no bonus on the 26th. You know, the tokens will be released to us, and so you have your you need to get an ERC20 wallet. I'm using a Trust wallet. You can download that onto your phone. I believe you can download that onto your desktop, and then, you know, I can send your tokens back to you. Yeah, there's only 50% of tokens left, and yeah, the 5% bonus was back here. We got in right before, you know, it crossed this last home stretch. So once the 26 hits, I will redistribute these tokens out to everybody, and then you can take in the market, do whatever you want to do with them. They're yours at that point. Okay, and that's that. All right. So, I have anything else to say? Thank you all for. Oh, it's okay, Stygian. Stin. But yeah, no problem. I'm used to all kind. I'm a teacher. I'm used to all kinds of names and nationalities and whatnot. But yeah, welcome from the Netherlands. Thank you so much for subscribing and everything. But yeah, respect the tech people. Shout out to Camera for believing in the blockchain. And like I said, you know, we are going to conquer this space together. We are a group. We are believers, and you know, we're going to make some amazing things happen. So I'm happy. I'm happy. Until next time, subscribe, like, spread the word, and respect the